Anyway. But let's get to student loan debt relief. Here is President Joe Brandon's student loan debt relief, debt forgiveness program.
Student loans. The measure could affect up to 43 million.
You are a Ameribrain? I'm not a Ameribrain, dumbass. Saying that public transit can only be afforded to cities is ridiculous, and also Ameribrain.
Million Americans, including
it's what you know. It's what you've seen. The only type of public transit you've ever seen, which is always inadequate regardless, is inside a city. So you think like, oh, God forbid, you can never have fucking public transit anywhere outside of that.
Who have been carrying this debt for decades. However, not everyone is celebrating the president's decision. Nancy Cortez is at the White House. Nancy, good morning.
Good morning, Nate. Lots of major changes for federal student loan holders. For starters, President Biden announced yesterday that he's extending the pause in federal student loan payments one last time until January. But it was his announcement on federal student loan forgiveness that, as anticipated, drew cheers from one quarter and criticism from another.
It kind of lifts a lot of stress off people.
On college campuses from coast to coast, excitement spread so quickly Tuesday, some student loan websites crashed.
I've racked up a lot of debt, and it would be a huge financial blessing to get rid of at least even a little bit of that.
Weight was lifted off my shoulders, mostly for my parents, because it stresses them out a lot.
The president's plan will forgive $10,000 worth of student debt for individuals making less than $125,000 a year or couples earning less than $250,000. People who got Pell Grants as low-income students could see their debt cut by $20,000.
An entire generation is now saddled with unsustainable debt. And even if you graduate, you may not have access to the middle-class life that the college degree once provided.
The move was hailed by progressives.
Dude, I fucking despise mainstream media. Do more liberal coverage. Act out the way that you are supposed to be, okay? Republicans are going to call you liberal media propagandists regardless, CNN, you fucking idiots. Stop putting a both sides spin on this shit. Oh, some people are very mad that others are getting their loans, relieved. I hate that. I hate it. It's like, not everybody liked it. Yeah, you know who didn't like it? All the worst villains of society didn't like it. So who cares what they think? Suck my cock. You know who liked it? 45 million Americans liked it. Shut the fuck up. You cannot have a policy that instantly offers relief to 45 million Americans, okay? And then still be like, well, some Americans didn't like it. Yeah, who cares? Fuck those Americans, man. Like, what do you mean? It's like, it's insane. It's so insane that I didn't even understand why the Biden administration hadn't done it already. Like, I kept fucking screaming about it. I do hope that they use this as the money faucet, though. Every time their approval rating goes down, it's like, boom, another 10 grand. Piss me off? I'll raise the wall 10 foot higher, but this is the Brandon version of it. You know what I mean? Oh, did you get mad at me? Guess what? Another 10 grand.
It's a great day. And slammed by Republicans.
If you owe money, as challenging as it is, you have an obligation to pay it back.
It is hurting people who paid off their own debts.
Even adjusting for inflation, the average cost of a four-year college education has nearly tripled since 1980. It's now about $29,000 a year.
This plan is really a Band-Aid, and it doesn't solve the core incentive problem in American higher education. So I think it's very likely that we're going to be having the same.
If, as Noam Chomsky adequately wrote about in Manufacturing Consent, the media class featured at least some people that get elevated to the fucking front of the camera that come from a working class background, that hold on to working class values, and the media did not operate as a propaganda machine for the capital owners, you would at least have like real diversity of thought in this conversation. But you don't have that. Every single advisor that CNN or CBS or anyone brings on is going to be a Harvard graduate, is going to come from a rich family, a rich background, that got a fucking $300,000 a year nepotism job immediately out of college. They have no way of comprehending this. And their friends and their immediate circles don't even fucking have it. Because they all went to Harvard. They all went to Yale. I want to know how many of these motherfuckers went to state schools, brother. That's what I want to know. I want to know how many of these motherfuckers don't have a parent with a Wikipedia page. That's why this conversation is fucking insane. That's why if you're looking at this from where you're standing and you're like, why the fuck? What, do they not have a single normal human that will come on and be like, hey guys, this is actually a good thing? You're being ridiculous. You know why? You know why they can't find one? Because every single person that is literally elevated to that position is a psychotic vulture that comes from that exact same background. So they are the few Americans that literally do not have a proximity to someone who has student loan debt, which is insane. It's unimaginable to you. 45 million Americans hold on to $1.7 trillion of debt right now. Student loan debt. Okay? It is harder to find someone that either doesn't have student loan debt or doesn't know anyone with student loan debt, except for the motherfuckers at the tippy top. Okay? That is the only small circle of people that actually don't even know someone who has student loan debt. Why? Because they went to fucking Harvard with rich parents. So now, they have no way of comprehending how good this is. It's crazy. What's crazier is, again, the blind side that the media has, or rather, the deliberate role that the media plays. It's wild to me that it's not a single person has been like, yo, this is crazy. Like, calm down. Like, every economist that they have on is like, this is awful. This is nonsense. This is really unfair. This is really going to fucking boost inflation. It's terrible.
Same discussions in 5 or 10 years.
How much is all of this loan forgiveness going to cost? Well, the White House says it can't answer that question because they still don't know how many people are going to go ahead and claim that $10,000 or $20,000 benefit. It is important to note, Nate, that all student loans received after June 30th will not be eligible for relief.
So, Nancy, if people think that they are eligible for relief, then what should they do?
Well, there's an online form that they're going to have to fill out, but because this is all so new, that form doesn't exist yet. So for now, if people think they are eligible, they can go to the U.S. Department of Education website and sign up to get an alert when that form is ready, which the White House says should be sometime in the coming weeks.
Yeah. Note how Fox News writes billion depending on who's spending it and how it's spent on. Yeah, when it's the $300 billion for student loan, they put the number, they put the numerical value with the zeros. When it's just a defense bill, it's like, oh yeah, it's just $717 billion, not a big deal. Fuck it, who cares? YOLO. They do it on purpose. It's all on purpose. It plays a small role in propagandizing that this is somehow wrong, immoral, bad.
Siege right now.
What is it? On Rising, Breonna Joy breaks down the frustrations of the left to Robbie Swab when it comes to media pundits who are complaining about student debt cancellation. Yeah, I don't care about this. I don't want to watch this. Anyway. Oh my God. CNN moderate commentator cries to the void like you said. Here's a novel way to avoid the college debt trap. Get a job while going to school. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You know, when she was going to school, it was like $1, okay? Shut the fuck up.